Hey everybody. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to walk you through exactly how to do your My Identity chart and RACER to help you get the highest score possible. So I showed you this briefly in class. This was mine. So I have my 10 bubbles of my identity chart, and then this is my RACER paragraph. You're going to do the same thing, and you're going to use mine to kind of help you feel good about yours. So here's one. This is from a student. And this student has started filling out their information. So the student said, Christian, have two friends, favorite subject math, sushi, sister, daughter, born in Armenia. I speak Armenian, English, and very little Russian. All right. And we'll add a couple more things in here really quick. So we'll say 12 years old. That works. Likes dancing. Sure. And favorite flower is roses. Okay. So I have my 10 bubbles. And then you need to put your first and your last name. So don't just write your first name. Obviously, my student is not just going to say his name is, John. We're going to say John Snow, first and last name. So you're going to put your first and your last name. Once you have this, you need to find a background image. So like I have my cookies here. I need to find a background image. So I'm going to run with favorite flower is roses. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to click on the side here with two fingers, and I'm going to scroll down to where it says change background. If I click change background, I can choose an image. So I'm going to choose image. I'm going to go to Google image search, and let's search roses. Hey, here's some really pretty pictures of roses, and there's so many that I get to choose from. Let's see if this one works. I like this. That's a pretty picture. Let's find out. Done. Looks a little weird. Let's go for a different one. I don't like it. I'm going to choose a different image. I'll go, this one is up and down, or it's the same direction as my document. So this one might fit better. Let's find out. Brilliant. Beautiful. Oh, but you know what? There's this white circle here. I really don't like the color of this white circle. Well, I can just change that. That's fine. And I can maybe do like a custom kind of see-through something like that. And if you don't know how to do that, if that didn't make sense, I can re-show you how to do that. If I want to change the color of my name, obviously, let's change the color of my name to whatever font I want, size I want. I can do the same thing with this as well. Again, this is yours. I want you to be happy with it. So here's Jon Snow. Jon Snow likes all of this stuff. Now I have to write my RACER paragraph. First thing that you should do is remember you have to have your R, A, C, E, and R. And just like I have on mine, I'm going to begin by writing R. And the way that I get rid of that, if you see that, if I do my R and it gets really tiny like that, I actually push the button on my keyboard. I push Control Z, so CTRL-Z on the bottom corner, and it undoes it. Whoops, push it again. Control Z, there, it's fixed. So I have my R, I'm gonna push enter twice, my A, my, whoops, C, whoops, it did the thing, Control Z, okay, there, it's good. My E, and one more time, there's my Control Z, R, and now it's nice and big. I can see it. So I have two questions that I can work with. Let's zoom in a little bit. Whoops, other direction. All right. What are the first aspects of your identity that came to mind? Why do you think these popped up first? If you choose this one, it says, what are the first aspects of your identity? So if it says, what are the first aspects of your identity? That means, since there's this S, that you need to come up with at least two. So for instance, if you said really quick. Oh, I love math and I love sushi. Well, tell me why you love math and sushi. Because that was really easy. Or, oh, it was really easy that I'm Christian and that I'm a daughter. Okay, great. Tell me why. That's what you would write on this one. Or you could say, what do you think the most important aspect of your identity chart is? And that's what I chose on mine. So I'm going to use that as an example. Now, look, I wrote the most important aspect of my identity chart is. So you see here, what do you think is the most important aspect of your identity chart? What do you think is? That's my question words. Then this is where I start. The most important aspect of your identity chart, you're going to say my. So let's write that. I'm going to say the most important aspect of my identity chart is, and let's go to my answer. And I'm going to say, I'm pushing Control Z if it gets all weird on my spacing, that I love flowers. Or let's say that I love roses. The most important aspect of my identity chart is that I love roses. Excellent. I have my R and my A. Now, what did I write for my C? Look how I have this set up. According to my identity chart, because I'm referring to my identity chart, it says this information. So I'm going to say, according to my identity chart, it says that my favorite flower is roses. Whoops. My favorite flower is roses. And you can put a period right there. That would be fine. I'm going to take it to the next step, though. I'm going to say, according to my identity chart, it says that my favorite flower is roses, comma, and that is why. How did I word it on mine? Oh, let's go back and look. And I also chose to showcase da 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 for my background. Okay, and that is why I chose to showcase roses on my background. I have my R, I have my A, I have my C. Now you have to explain yourself. You need to write, Mr. Plush, at least 2 sentences. At least. Obviously, I wrote more than 2 sentences. But you need to explain to me why. Now, so far, I've talked about roses, and I've talked about roses. So what should my explanation be about? It should be about roses, because this is what I've answered. Even though on here it says I was born in Armenia, even though on here it says I like dancing and that I like sushi, I know that you might want to talk about everything, but we need to keep it focused. So why do you love roses? I, love roses because the smell. It could be because your parents love something. It could be a lot of different stuff. Let's just change. Let's pretend you're talking about video games for the sake. Let's pretend that we're talking about um, video games, right? You could say, um, I love video games because my older brother taught me how to play Fortnite. How to play Madden when I was 6 years old. I love being competitive with my friends and I love how games connect us. I'm staying focused on video games here. If you want to talk about roses, stay focused on roses. If you want to talk about being from Armenia, why is being from Armenia so important to you? Is it the food? Is it the music? Is it your family? Why is that important to you? That's what you would focus on here. But if you choose roses, that's what you need to continue to talk about. If you choose video games, that's what you need to continue to talk about. Don't start talking about something else. Keep it focused. And then finally, your last R. Um, Roses continue to be the most important part of my identity because, and tell me why. Just like I did on mine. The last thing that you're going to do is you're going to copy and paste all of this into one paragraph at the bottom. So I'm going to highlight this, and I'm going to push on my keyboard Control C, and then down here, let's push Enter, 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 Control. So one more time, Control C, click down here, and I'm going to push Control V, and it pops out. I'm going to highlight this, Control C, Control V, and just do this, Control C, Control V, and click over, Control C, Control V, Control C, Control V. Then at the very beginning over here, on the top left side of your keyboard, right next to the Q button, there's a button that says Tab. I'm going to push the Tab button one time. Boom, just like that. And that is how I write my paragraph. So I have my RACER, and now it's all together as one paragraph down here, just like mine is. Again, this is going to be due not this weekend, but next weekend. So if you have any questions, I'm here. I'm here to help you. And good luck and have fun with this, everybody. Okay.